What's up, everybody? It's your boy Swag for Life, and thank you for joining me today. Hope you're having a great day. I always like to start these videos by saying if you like what I have to say, please make sure you hit the like button. And if you're not a subscriber, I'd really appreciate if you'd hit that subscribe button. It really mean a lot to me. So, what do I want to talk about today? I'm going to have to find some more subjects to talk about because I feel like I keep talking about the same topic over and over again. Um, and I just need to broaden the topics that I talk about. But I said that I was going to use this platform to try to expand on some things that I was talking about on TikTok. So, because of course TikTok doesn't give me but 60 seconds. Although they have been saying that they're going to extend it 3 minutes now, but I feel like 3 minutes is too long for a TikTok. So I come here to YouTube. But anyway, so as you guys may know, a while back, I had made a video where a creator, and I talked about, I actually talked about this in another video. I talked about the problems that exist in the bear community, and I basically told this guy, here's my feedback on some things that I think would make it better. And he listened to me, and he made a TikTok, and I was really appreciative of that. Well, somebody came into my comment section and they left some comments basically saying that I shouldn't say all because it's not a problem for all the bear communities. Okay. And I was going to let it go. I wasn't really going to talk about it, but I was like, the activist in me just won't let it go because it's a problem. It's a problem. And I get tired of being told that, well, first off, I didn't say the entire community was bad. So, if you want to read more than what I said, then okay, that's you. But I didn't say the entire community is flawed. All bears are bad. I didn't say that. So that's number one. So I basically came back to him and said, well, but then by that logic, I shouldn't talk about Black Lives Matter because I've never been shot by the police. Basically what I was trying to say is like, okay, so you're telling me I shouldn't say all bear communities because you know of some bear communities where it's not a problem. Okay, but does that not still mean that there's a problem? Just like I said with Black Lives Matter, yes, I've never been shot by the police, but does that mean that I can't speak out about police reform, that I can't speak out about the racism that, black people face with the police? Of course not. And I basically told him that, you need to listen, just because you've never experienced it doesn't mean that other people haven't experienced it either. And that's the problem. I say, I think you're being myopic in your view and you need to listen. Because my thing is like this. If my house is fine, but my neighbor says that his house is, being, condemned or what have you, or, he has a rat infestation, my response isn't, well, my house is okay, so I don't know what's going on over there, but, that's a you problem, and, you're going to have to handle that. If I'm a good neighbor or if I'm a good person, then I'm going to want to see if there's something that I can do to help. And so that's my point, is that I'm trying to help. I'm trying to point out the instances that exist that I've experienced, and I'm not the only one. Other creators on TikTok and other people that I've talked to have had similar experiences in different cities, different states. So it is a problem. So he apparently didn't like what I had to say. Wrote back and basically said, I was being toxic because, I basically responded to his thing. It's like, I didn't want to have a conversation. You just made a response video attacking me, dogpiling me, and, a whole bunch of other stuff. Okay, I made one video. I'm not dogpiling you. And you had a difference of opinion with me and you stated your opinion. I'm stating my opinion back. These are all opinions. Just because I say it doesn't make it true. This is what I feel. From your point of view, maybe you don't think that there's a problem. That's perfectly fine if that's the way you want to think. But that doesn't mean that I can't speak my mind about something if I have an issue with it. So, you know, I guess he later decided that he didn't want to have anything else to do with me, so he ended up blocking me, which is fine. I mean, I didn't block him, he blocked me, but you know, that's neither here nor there. I don't really care. Um, you know, and I thought about it, I was just like, you know, whatever. So I ended up popping into Discord and chatting with some buddies of mine, and I kind of told them, like, you know, hey, this is what happened to me. And so my good friend Jesse popped in and said, I know that guy. He said the exact same thing to me. And so I'm like, And then he showed me, he actually showed me the conversation that the two of them had. And I'm telling you, it was almost word for word exactly what he said to me. Apparently he thinks that just because we talk about the issues with the bear community, that we're saying that the entire bear community has a problem and that we should be careful about saying all. Well, again, neither one of us said that the entire community is bad. And I get really frustrated when people make this assumption that because we speak about the issues that we're facing, that we're saying everybody's doing it. For example, when we say, you know, white gays are a problem, we're not saying every single white gay is a problem. That's just a generalization, and everybody does that. You know, when we say, you know, that Republicans are, you know, trying to overthrow the government because of the insurrection, well, not every Republican voter or supporter of Republicans was there that day. So just because we say Republicans or we say gays or we say bears, that doesn't mean we're saying all. So nobody ever said that was all. So, you know, the fact that he felt the need to kind of chastise us, saying we need to be careful about saying all when we didn't, is, you know, kind of ridiculous. But it just struck me as funny that, so he said the same thing to another Black creator talking about the issues of racism that exist in the bear community. So I'm thinking, we must have struck a nerve. Like, you know, a hit dog will holler. So, you know, you're kind of telling on yourself if I find out that you've had the same conversation with two of us when we're talking about the same topic. We're both Black men and we're both talking to the issues of the bear community. So that kind of opened my eyes. I'm like, okay. So now I know what this guy's MO is. So then I come to find out that this guy actually made a change to his profile or his bio, putting my name out there that I was dogpiling him. I made one video, and he says I'm dogpiling him. And then on top of all that, if that wasn't enough, then he makes a video where he turned off his duets and stitches. Gee, I wonder what that's all about. And this is what he said. If your reaction to a comment that doesn't agree with everything you say is to attack, twist, assume, and dogpile, maybe the problem isn't the community. Before calling a community toxic, check your own behavior. What exactly did I do? So me and others like me, we're the toxic ones because we're saying that there's a problem with the community. We're the issue. I didn't attack you. I didn't twist anything you said. I mean, you said what you said. And the thing I find funny is he said the assume thing. Now he claims you're making an assumption that I've never had an issue with the bear community. Then why are you attacking me? If I'm saying there's an issue with the bear community and you're telling me that you've had issues with the bear community. Why am I the problem when I'm supposedly on your side? That makes absolutely no sense. None whatsoever. I'm like, so I'm making an assumption because you said I shouldn't assume that all bear communities are bad, which I never said they were all bad. And and then the dog pile thing, I'm like, okay, he must have found this word and that's like his favorite word because he keeps saying I'm dogpiling him. I'm like, do you know what the definition of a dog pile is? A dog pile usually means like I'm making like video after video after video after video after video. And then I'm sending like, you know, all my minions to come to you and just jump in, and like nobody's doing that, especially since you turned off your duets and stitches. So how is anybody dogpiling you? I guess this second video is a dog pile then. I don't know. But anyway, so it just left me kind of bewildered. And I'm just like, wow, I must have really hurt this guy's feelings. Now, this is what I want to say about it. And I don't know, you know, maybe he might be listening. And if he is, I really hope you listen to what I had to say, because this is my thing. I've made other videos similar to this. I constantly speak to the issues of the bear community because I've experienced it firsthand. And I'm not the only person that's experienced it. I've talked to plenty of people. I've had plenty of people respond to my videos saying, I've experienced it too. And it's not just, you know, it's not just a race issue. You know, some people say that, you know, they've been told that they're too big to be a bear. I've had people say that they're considered to be too small to be a bear. I've had people tell me that they're too hairy. I've had women come to me and say that they want to, you know, they want to party with the bears, but, you know, they were told like, well, no girls allowed. So, you know, gender is an issue as well. I chatted with somebody the other day who's trans, female to male, and he questioned, you know, am I allowed at bear events? Are they going to give me a hard time because I'm trans? And so I'm not the only person who's speaking out about this. The other thing I want to say is, you know, he claimed that I didn't want to have a conversation with him. Well, I can't have a conversation with you if you block me. That tells me you don't want to talk to me. This is the thing. And like I said, I've done other videos like this, and I put a video out there where I spoke to my experience, and I had somebody kind of similar to this guy who kind of responded back and said, well, you're just going to the wrong events. And so, you know, I'm just like, okay, so it's my fault that I go to a bear event and then find out that they're racist or they don't want me there. That's on me. That's not on the space for being non-inclusive. That's not on the space's fault for not being diversive. That's on me for walking into an event that I thought was going to be diverse and accepting and inclusive, and then finding out it's not. That's on me. And so, you know, we kind of had a back and forth, but we actually had dialogue. We spoke to it, and it ended up with him basically saying like, hey, if you're ever in New York, come look me up and I will take you and I will show you what like an open and inclusive bear event is like. And I actually said, I'll take you up on that offer. I will do that. So I can have discussions with people. Just because I have an issue and you come at me and you say something doesn't mean that we can't have a conversation. Doesn't mean that we can't have dialogue. But if you shut me down and block me and then, you know, slander my name all over your bio, well, then I don't think we're really going to have a conversation, are we? So, you know, that's on you. I was willing to have a conversation with you. If you had responded back, we could have opened up a dialogue and we could have talked. Because here's the thing. Now, if I attack you, you will know you're being attacked. Because I have plenty of those kind of videos too, where I do attack some people. I don't mean to do it, but, you know, they kind of are not listening, and, you know, they can get kind of disrespectful and rude. And so, yeah, I'm going to defend myself and I'm going to make you look really stupid. But just because we have a disagreement doesn't mean that we can't have a conversation and like talk our issues out. And if you look at the video, if you look at what I said, how was I disrespectful? I didn't call you any names. I didn't say you were dumb or stupid or ignorant. I certainly didn't call you toxic. All I said was that maybe you should listen. And that's what we all should be doing. I listen to people. I listen to all different views because that's what I want in my world. I want a diverse world. So I want to hear opinions that may not necessarily resonate with me. Doesn't mean that I'm going to like, oh, okay, well, we'll do it your way. But I still want to hear it because that's what diversity is. You know, it's funny. When I used to, I had a previous job and, you know, back then, you know, everything was like, oh, we're celebrating diversity, diversity, diversity. And their idea of diversity was like, we're going to do, you know, Black Week or something like that. Or, you know, we're going to hear from all these Black people and stuff like that. And I'm just like, y'all really don't know what diversity is, do you? Diversity is not, oh, well, let's just hear from a whole bunch of other people from a particular race and hear what they have to say and make them feel like, you know, we're paying attention. Diversity is the open-mindedness of different points of view. For example, government, you know, we say we have a two-party system. It's supposed to be diverse. We shouldn't always listen to the Democrats, and we shouldn't always listen to the Republicans. We need to have opposing views because that's what helps us meet in the middle and try to serve the greater good for the most of us. Because if one of us is feeling one way and one of us is feeling the other, well, if we always go with what the Democrats say, well, yeah, Democrats will feel great, but Republicans will feel like, well, dang, I can't get anything I want. And vice versa. If the Republicans get everything they want, Democrats are going to feel like, well, they don't want to listen to anything we had to say. They just want to do everything their way, and they're just basically going to run the country. Why are we even here? You know, it's the same way at the job. You know, if we're working on a project and I see a different way to handle that project, I want to speak my mind and have people think like, oh, I never thought about that. That actually might be a better way of doing it. Or they may say, well, you know, I don't think that's going to work, and here's why. And then I'm like, oh, okay, you're right. I didn't think about it your way. The way you're doing it makes sense to me. That's what diversity is supposed to be. That's what diversity is all about. And that's what I'm trying to establish with the bear community. It's the opening it up and making it more inclusive because, again, and I hate to keep saying this, I hate to keep beating a dead horse, but the bear community was built out of diversity because there was a lack of it. There was a group of people who felt like they didn't belong because they didn't fit in, and, you know, the mainstream gay, you know, the mainstream gay groups were kind of like, you're too hairy, you're too big, you're too masculine, you're too muscular, you're too whatever. And so that's how the bear community started. But now we can't even get that within the bear community. The bear community is saying like, well, no, we have these check boxes of what we think is a bear. And if you don't fit these check boxes, then we don't want you to party with us. Now, in case you are listening, and I'm not going to say your name, but in case you're listening, I know it's not all bear communities. And I never said that it was all bear communities, but there are. And you know how I know? Because I've experienced it. Because others that I know have experienced it. Because we are always on this platform and other platforms speaking to it. My good friend Derek has a weekly YouTube series where he talks about, you know, the bear community, specifically geared toward the Black bear community. And we talk about these issues all the time. So I'm not the only one. And like I said in my original video, if it's affecting some of us, in my opinion, that's affecting all of us. just like with Black Lives Matter, the fact that, we're having the police constantly kill unarmed black men and women, that's a problem for the entire community, not just the black community, but that's a problem for the white community as well. It boggles my mind that sometimes I see a video where a white person says, "Oh, well, here's where the police shot a white woman. Where was Black Lives? Why wasn't there any marches or riots then?" Well, why didn't you organize one? Why are you asking Black Lives Matter where they were? Why weren't you out there? Why wasn't the All Lives Matter people out there? Because All Lives Matter isn't a thing. All Lives Matter is just a response to Black Lives Matter. Because you guys never seen the one. I never have seen an All Lives Matter march. I've never seen an All Lives Matter riot. Is there an organization? I've never seen one. So why do you keep asking us where we were when this happened? Where were you? Black Lives Matter is organized. They know what to do when they're ready to do it. They pick and choose the causes that they want to highlight. If you want to get out there and do it, do it. Why are you looking to us to solve your problems? And so that's why I wanted to come here and say what I wanted to say, because like I said, if this guy's watching, again, I'm willing to have a discussion with you. But again, if you block me and then accuse me of dogpiling, well, I don't know how much of a conversation I want to have. I didn't do that to you. I am not spreading your name all over Tarnation. I didn't change my profile to include your name in it and say that you were a problem and toxic. I let it go. Well, I'm not letting it go because I'm having this discussion, but I'm basically, offering an olive branch to you because, again, I'm willing to have conversations. I'm willing to talk to people, but you got to be willing to listen, and I'm willing to listen too. I'm not saying that everything I said was 100% accurate. I'm willing to listen, but you didn't give me that opportunity. So, whose fault is that? It's certainly not mine. You have the ability to come see me. You have the ability to see my stuff. I don't have the ability to see your stuff. Well, I do because I didn't sign in, but that's my point. But anyway, that's what I wanted to talk about, and that's where I am today with this topic. And again, I do apologize that I keep coming back to this topic. I know you guys are probably bored, like, okay, he's getting ready to talk about the bear community again. Oh, geez. I mean, and I want more topics to talk about. So if you have something you want me to talk about, let me know. Go into my comment section and tell me, what do you want me to talk about? Go to my TikTok and tell me, what do you want me to discuss? And I'll be happy to do it because I'm willing to have open discussions about a lot of different things, especially during Pride Month, and it don't always have to be of an LGBT matter. It can be of anything that you want to discuss. We can talk about Loki, which I saw and I'm like intrigued and I'm like, okay. Can't wait to see where this is gonna go. By the way, loved the actress from Lovecraft Country, who played the one of the main guards. She is awesome. I love her. We can talk about all sorts of things, but just throw me some topics that you want to talk about, because like I said, I know you guys are probably getting tired of me always talking about the bear community, and it seems like, well, that's all you ever talk about, and I'm tired of you talking about the bear community. It's a topic that means a lot to me, so I mean, I do talk about it a lot, but I know that can probably get boring, so you let me know what you want to talk about. But anyway, but thank you guys. Thank you, everyone, so much. I appreciate you hanging out with me and listening to me rant and rave and go on. Again, if you like what I had to say, always, hit that like button and subscribe if you're not a subscriber. And I will catch you in the next video. So have a good evening, everybody.